More importantly, at the time of this incident, this murder, the defendant committed these offenses. There were 5 warrants for his arrest out of the Canton Municipal Court. 3 of the warrants were for burglary, felony of the 2nd degree, theft of a firearm, felony of the 3rd degree, and criminal damaging filed on June 17, 2024. Additionally, there were 2 more warrants for domestic violence, misdemeanor 3, and criminal damaging M2 for a case that occurred on May 3rd, 2024. And it's important to note that in the latter case, Raychel Sheridan was the victim. In order for me to sentence, I have to talk about the facts of this case. And the family, you've been through so much. But I have to do this on the record to support what sentence I'm going to give. So I don't want you to think that I don't have empathy for you. I do. But I've been on this bench 17 years, and I agree with Mr. Barr. This is without a doubt the most brutal murder that I've seen. It was difficult up here even listening. It's appalling. It's heartbreaking. Raychel Sheridan was beaten so severely that the sheriff deputy who saw her body couldn't identify her based on her own photo. A hammer, or some type of instrument, was used that crushed a 3-by-2-inch hole in her skull, her upper jaw being broken into 2 places and pushed into her face. Her lower jaw was also fractured. The blunt force so devastating it collapsed her cranial cavity into her brain tissue. The coroner described a portion of her face virtually exploded. There was testimony from both the coroner and detective that this type of damage could not have been done by a fist, but required a serious violent impact, which they estimated at least 10 different injuries by blows. The coroner noted the cause of death was multiple blunt force injuries to the head. Then, in an attempt to cover up your cruel and cowardly actions, you then tampered with the evidence, using some form of bleach and other cleaning devices in an attempt to cover up your guilty trail. Your deceitful conduct was further exhibited when you were stopped by a police officer on videotape due to the fact that there may have been a warrant for you, but only, and I mean only, after you advised that Rachel's whereabouts were unknown. Instead of being worried or concerned, you ran. Your devious plan didn't stop there. Later at the Refugee of Hope, you attempted to secure a free bus ticket to leave town to cover up this dastardly scheme. The senselessness of this murder tells me not only are you morally bankrupt, but you have no fiber of decency. Displaying the lowest level for human life, you then wrapped the body in a sheet and dumped it in a park near Mother Gooseland. This is the person at one point you claimed that you were in love with. Instead, you threw her in the trash like a piece of garbage. The only thing that stopped you getting away from this crime, you almost pulled it off, was excellent work by the Canton Police Department, Stark County Sheriffs, and your own one fatal flaw, keeping Rachel's phone in your possession. I'm tired of people trying to blame everyone else for their problems in life. Everybody's had a difficult life in one way or another, so I don't find that your childhood excludes anything. We seem to live in an entitlement world for some reason. But I want to make sure you understand something, son. It is my job to protect this community, and I will do so. I will do everything I can to lock you up for a long, long time. It's obvious to me that I cannot rehabilitate somebody like you with such a disregard for human life. I will now announce the sentence. On count 1 murder, an unclassified felony, I sentence you to a definite sentence of 15 years to life. As I indicated, count 2 murder and count 3 felonious assault merge. As to the repeat violator offender, that's a little bit different. That's up to the court, and you can order a sentence of 1 to 10 years. I am ordering you to serve the period of 10 years consecutive, and that would be served prior to any other sentence that you will be serving. Tampering with evidence, you will serve a definite sentence of 36 months. Gross abuse of a corpse, you will serve a definite sentence of 12 months. So since this is complicated, I'm going to walk everybody through this so you understand. You'll serve 15 years to life on the murder charge. You will serve a mandatory 10 years on the repeat violator offender specification, which is consecutive, and that'll be served prior to the murder sentence. 36 months definite sentence on the tampering evidence, and the 12-month definite sentence of gross abuse of a corpse. Both of them will be consecutive to the murder and repeat violator sentences. So in a nutshell, that's 29 years to life. Mr. Go, you sold your soul to the devil. I've ordered you to receive the maximum sentence on every count due to the fact that you deserve the maximum sentence. The reason the maximum consecutive sentences are being imposed because you committed the worst form of the offense. And there's a great likelihood you will commit a future crime. I can't help you. By